Mamata Banerjee has reduced politics to a farce. She has destroyed any form of governance. She has destroyed Bengal. Let me say, nobody has done such disservice to the people of Bengal as Mamata Banerjee. She's almost been Chief Minister now for 14 years, and look at the condition of Bengal. At some time, people thought that governance could not be worse than in the left years in terms of lack of development, lack of strong impetus to infrastructure, employment and employability. But Mamata Banerjee has brought it to levels that are absolutely shameful. Regardless of that, she is just the master of event management. Yesterday, she did this drama at the Godrej Waterside office of the I-PAC, where she went to seize a green file and lots of other files. And she went with an army of the Kolkata police and the Bengal police. She took the DGP and the commissioner, and she strong-armed her way to take out what could have been crucial evidence for the Enforcement Directorate. However, I would like to say once again that the Enforcement Directorate should not have allowed her to exit the building. If she wanted to go out with evidence, it is wrong for the Enforcement Directorate and wrong for any central investigating agency to allow someone, even if the person is a chief minister, to walk out with evidence. She walked out with evidence. She set a precedent where an individual can strong-arm his or her way around an investigating agency. Now, industrialists will ask tomorrow. Others will ask that if they are being raided, what if they strong-arm their way out of evidence? What if they seize laptops? What if they protect the people who are under investigation by seizing their laptops and mobile phones, removing traces of any form of digital evidence? What if, ladies and gentlemen, the nation wants to know? That's the first point. Then she's made it worse today by going and doing sort of a cinema-style walk through Kolkata. She thinks now that this is the way she will project herself as a leader, stand there with a few local celebrities, walk, get 500 people to hold 500 Trinamool Congress flags, and get a few drone shots taken and make that a show of strength. No, Mamata Banerjee, that is not a show of your strength. That is a reflection of your growing weakness and your political cowardice, that you cannot actually answer the question of what was in that file. You claim that there were political tactics, that there were details of your social media strategy which was in the files. Let me tell you, nobody believes that. You can do any Bollywood, Tollywood type march anymore. This has absolutely no impact. It is not convincing. Now, a couple of points I want to say to the BJP, to the Enforcement Directorate, but more than that to the central government, because after all, they are the ones doing this investigation. Question I have for the central government is this. The BJP has forever, for a very long time, put Mamata Banerjee under the scanner, but what has it actually done? It's all right to begin an investigation with hype, but when you have investigations which go on for years and years and years and years and years, and you don't do anything about it, you don't go after the real conspirators, you don't go after the politicians under whose watch all of this has happened, then somewhere the credibility of the agencies and of the central government will go down. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is that in the Narada Sting case, the CBI took action in 17th May 2021, right? Mamata did a dharna for 6 hours outside the CBI office, but what has actually come out of it? In the coal scam case, the CBI did its investigation again around this period of August, September 2021. This is 2026. I-PAC Banerjee, Mamata's nephew, was interrogated for 9 hours. What actually happened? Someone's going to ask the BJP this one day. What actually happened? In the school Bharti Ghotala, at that point of time, ladies and gentlemen, Partha Chatterjee was arrested. Where is he today? Is he not out? In the cattle smuggling case, 2022, Anubrata Mandal was arrested. Pressure was put. What happened after that? Is he not out? Viewers, in the ration case, in the ration scam, Jyotipriya Malik was interrogated for 20 hours. Where does that case stand now? What charges have ever been put directly against Mamata Banerjee? What conclusion has there been of any case against I-PAC Banerjee? Which is why a section now says that while all of this is good, it's good optics for both sides, People say there's some arrangement behind them. There's a live and let live approach, that you stay in governance for a long time and then you'll build the heat before an election. Just before an election, you'll begin to build the heat and have two adversarial sides. It's all very convenient. What the BJP and the central agencies need to tell us is this a 5-yearly wake-up call that they have every time an election is happening? I am not saying that Mamata Banerjee has not done anything. I am the most anti-Mamata in my views among perhaps all editors in the country, because I began by saying this track record of governance is beyond forgiveness. It is unforgivable what she's done to Bengal. But the BJP and the central agencies should realize that if they only wake up once in a while and then they go off to sleep for 4 to 5 years or 4 years and 11 months, nobody is going to take them seriously either. That is the point we need to look at. Frankly, I believe no one. I certainly don't trust Mamata Banerjee. But the agencies also have a lot to answer for.